If you struggle with shyness or social anxiety, check out our free No BS training course with actual useful advice you can do from home. None of that just get out there nonsense. The link is in the description below. For now, let's get to today's question.
The question, how can I do well in a job interview with social anxiety? Answer by Ray Stonehouse. Having worked most of my career in mental health, some of it as a therapist, I would agree with the comments and suggestions provided by Nancy Barber. Social anxiety and any of the other anxiety-related disorders can be debilitating for those who suffer from it. And suffer is a good word. Their anxiety sucks out any enjoyment of their life. I'm going to take a little different approach to answering the question though. Interviewing for a job is not something we do every day. It is difficult to become self-confident in an activity that we are likely performing in a less than an equal capacity with our interviewer. I'm currently working on creating an online course entitled You're Hired. Job Search Strategies That Work. It will be hosted at Riverset. Why? It should be up and running in the next 2 weeks. While social anxiety can certainly be debilitating, not knowing how to perform in a job interview can produce its own level of stress. Being self-confident in any endeavor can help reduce anxiety levels, at least to a manageable level. You would be well advised to learn how to participate in a job interview. This includes researching the job you are applying for and knowing what the key competencies that the employer is looking for. It also means developing a series of questions that the interviewer is likely to ask to assess your capabilities of performing in the role. Role-playing answering questions prior to the live version can go a long way in reducing your anxiety. Fear of the unknown is a common fear. If you practice in advance, you can help reduce your anxiety. Performance anxiety is also common. You are better off to build your confidence in practice sessions before you go live. Make no mistake. Looking for work is work. You have the added challenge of social anxiety. When you land your job, guess what? Your social anxiety will still be there and will likely affect your day-to-day working conditions. That's where the psychotherapy comes in. Good luck in overcoming this challenge. You can do it. Answer by Greg Little. Some of these may sound dorky, but I've been to several interviews and interviewed many applicants. Good luck. Answer by Nancy Barber. Have you ever had treatment for your social anxiety? Is it at the level that it would be treated, or are you simply using the term in a more general sense of being anxious in social situations? There is a difference between these two situations, so you might want to clarify your question. I would go through the definition of social anxiety, but when the psychologists and psychiatrists rated their diagnostic manual after I retired, they reclassified the anxiety disorders and I am not up on their new classification and names for things. Basically, if you believe that your anxiety is preventing you from functioning normally in the world, if you avoid situations or have to leave from places that you are supposed to be at because of feelings of panic, you need to seek help. If you avoid attending schools or going out for jobs that you would be good at because of fears, you need to seek help. If you feel that you fail at interviews and relationships with others because of your anxiety or fears, you could try self-help first, but you probably should seek help. The help you should seek: evaluation by a clinician, psychologist, counselor, therapist, or social worker with special training in anxiety disorders beyond their basic coursework, who then uses a multifaceted approach to working on your anxiety. You should at a minimum be working on at least 1 to 3 ways of making your body and mind learn to relax. Ways to use distraction, cognitive methods that should probably include at least one paradoxical method, and 1 or more ways of using exercise to teach your body to release tension. It is a lot of work, but anxiety disorders are almost curable with enough of these methods and, sometimes, some good medications to help. It is the one disorder that you can do a lot of work on by yourself, so this is why I say you can start with self-help. If you are a smart and dedicated person, I never met a stupid person with anxiety, you can get a start on learning about relaxation exercises and the use of cardiovascular exercise to help with anxiety just by starting to practice them. Do that while you wait for your appointment with a therapist. If your insurance does not include any mental health benefits, see if your primary care physician has experience prescribing the SSRI antidepressants and have a discussion with that doc about whether any of them are appropriate for you. Some of them are well known to work with anxiety, and your doc should be able to figure that out. Then head to the bookstore and look over the different workbooks on anxiety or panic. It is all the same family. Read the workbooks and see which ones make the most sense to you and buy the one that fits you best. Exercise and learn a meditative relaxation method. Don't get hooked on anti-anxiety meds like Valium, Xanax, and the rest. They are addictive. The therapist can help you change your thinking, and that is the core of it all. It is the final step that will make all these other steps absolutely work. I did not have the special training to say just the right things, to present just the right way of looking at things to help my patients with anxiety. I helped them a bit, but not like the psychologist whom my husband, the guy with panic disorder, saw. He used paradoxical interventions that just clicked for my hubs. I always wished he would write a book, but it seems he retired and went on to, I guess, relaxation. Hubs tried to explain it, but I really needed a class to understand how to use it. That is why I say to find someone with a specialization in anxiety disorders. Above all, keep a sense of humor. It is the most important sense you have right now, because it is going to be crucial in helping you through this. Not taking yourself seriously, not taking situations as seriously, are very important lessons to learn. Now, my hubs has some Jewish family background, and if he gets down, he turns on the Coen brothers, a serious man. It has him howling, especially when the rabbi quotes Jefferson Airplane. You will have your own favorite comics and comic movies. Cultivate what appeals to you and have lines in your mind that you can recall that apply to situations similar to ones that make you anxious. One of my favorite psychologists for anxiety, and the workbooks I used the most, were from Albert Ellis. He was fun to see in person. He would get the whole ballroom of therapists singing silly songs about anxiety. He was not making light about a difficult disease, but was using a natural fact of physiology. You cannot be both anxious and laughing at the same time. Humor has the unique ability to break through and disable anxiety. First, though, you have to let go of self-importance and self-consciousness. For this reason, acting classes or improv classes can help some people with anxiety. I know I have given you a lot of ideas, and I hope that you can find something in there that is helpful to you.